Jesus Kids!
How much longer, Daddy?
We're almost there, Mary. Just up this hill.
What's so special about this tree, Daddy? It sure is tall.
This is where Mr. Owl lives. He studies anthroponomastics.
But what?
It means he studies people's names and the languages that the names come from. Remember last week, Mary, when you asked how Mommy and I picked out your name?
Yep. You said I was named after my great-grandma Mariam.
Yes, and your name represents Great-Grandma Mariam's grace and patience. That's the inherited meaning of your name, because those qualities are what we want to connect you to through your name. Your great-grandma Mariam had great patience and grace.
So, did Mr. Owl know great-grandma Mariam?
No, Mr. Owl studies names from a linguistic perspective.
Linguistic?
Yes, that means he studies the meanings of names by looking at the languages that they're from. Like the name hope or faith means something in English. So other names come from words that have meanings in other languages.
Wow, that's neat. What language is my name from?
You'll have to ask Mr. Owl. Look, we're here. Oh, Mr. Owl!
Ouch! Oh. Pardon me. My tree is rather full of many things. How may I help you?
Hello, Mr. Owl. This is my daughter, Mary, and she's here to ask what her name means.
Quite interesting. Mary, what a great name. It has a very rich history, you know. But first, can you tell me why do you want to know what your name means?
Well, everyone calls us by our names. And if it means something important in another language, then I think that can be meaningful to me when someone says my name. Is it something bad, or is it something encouraging?
You are wise for your age, little Mary. That is an excellent reason for wanting to know what your name means.
And it's gotta be something encouraging, right? Because Mommy and Daddy picked it out just for me.
That would make sense. Let me check my name scroll. Here it is. Ah, yes, just as I thought. Your name comes from the oldest written language, the Hebrew language. It is a derivative of the name Mariam, which is a derivative of the word myrrh.
Derivative?
Yes, that means that the newer names, like Mary, are variations of the older name Mariam.
Wow! Just like I'm a great-granddaughter from my great-grandma, Mariam.
Exactly. Derivative names are like grandchildren of a name.
That's really neat. So, what does my name mean?
Linguistically, they mean myrrh. The myrrh plant is mentioned in the Bible several times. It tastes very bitter, and it is a twisted, gnarly plant with long, sharp thorns that can even poke itself.
Like if you don't forgive someone and stay angry with them, that anger can grow in your heart and become bitterness. And that hurts your heart. God tells us to have love in our hearts for one another.
I want love in my heart. But bitterness doesn't seem to be a very encouraging name meaning.
Well, it doesn't mean bitterness, it means myrrh.
And the myrrh plant was never meant to be eaten, just like we're not meant to hold on to offenses in our hearts. We're meant to forgive one another, which is a beautiful thing to God.
And the myrrh plant is meant to be turned into a very fragrant perfume. If the myrrh sap is carefully collected and prepared, it can be very valuable. In Jesus' time, it was used as a perfume, a healing balm, a burial spice.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't myrrh one of the gifts that the wise men gave to Jesus? Gold, frankincense, and myrrh?
That's right.
But what's a burial spice?
That's a perfume used in Bible times when someone dies and they are going to be buried.
So they don't stink, right?
That's right, Mary. Remember when Jesus died and they put him in the tomb, and Mary Magdalene and Mary the mother of James came to the tomb? They brought expensive burial spices, probably myrrh, just like their names mean. But when they came to the tomb, they found that the Roman guards were gone, and the stone was rolled away, and the angel told them, "Be not afraid, you who seek Jesus of Nazareth, which was crucified. He is risen. He is not here. Come see the place where your Lord did lay."
Whoa. So they never even got to use the myrrh because Jesus had already risen from the grave?
Exactly, Mary. So your name is connected with that story too. That would be a historical meaning. All the meanings put together speak of a forgiveness, a fragrant reminder of Jesus' power and love, and your immense value to God.
Whoa, that's fantastic. I love my name. I gotta go tell Matthew and Maya about this.
Those are both Hebrew names as well. Matthew means gift of Yahweh. One reveals the favor of God. And Maya is thought to mean water, or from God, a derivative of the Hebrew word mayim.
Whoa, that's fantastic. Could you look up just one more name for me, Mr. Owl? We have a cousin we love so much, and we have always wondered what his name means. Can you tell us what his name means?
Of course. What's his name?
Kweti.
Kweti. Kweti. What a great and unique name. Let me check my scroll. Ah, yes, there it is. Kweti is commonly given to boys, and it comes from the northwest region of Cameroon. It means counselor or advisor.
That is so wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Owl.
Of course, I love sharing name meanings.
Daddy, let's go home and tell Matthew and Maya and Kweti what their names mean. They'll be so happy.
Great idea, Mary.
Bye, Mr. Owl.
Goodbye, Mary. Come again to my tree whenever you'd like to find out what a name means. You can find out what your name means at www.amazing.name. Ask your mom or dad to click the chat box on the lower right corner, or send Crosstimber an email at crosstimber@gmail.com. Crosstimber is the family that animates these cartoons, and they also make name-meaning gifts and a cartoon of their own called Amazing Name.